In this episode, we're going to talk about the channel and kind of what's been going on for the past 7 months now. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode we are going to just kick back, relax, and do a little bit of a channel update, or vlog, or whatever you want to call it. But there's a couple things I want to touch on, so without further ado, let's run the new intro I created for this segment called Dirty Laundry. Anyway, I want to start things off by saying last week I celebrated my 50th birthday. And with that came a lot of, well, leading up to this, came a lot of questions, lack of confidence, things of that nature. But we'll get into that in a few moments. But first, I just wanted to say, for my birthday, we traveled up to Philadelphia for a few days, and we got to take in the sights, and one of those things was the Chinese Lantern Festival. I highly recommend this. It was super awesome, and the lanterns, if you want to call them that, were beautiful. They are huge. Some of them are animatronic, and I mean, this is a far cry from the traditional lanterns that you are probably thinking of. I mean, these are very large wire armatages with like nylon stretched over them in many different colors, many different styles. And I'll throw up a couple pictures while I'm talking about this. You can see what I'm talking about. Now, we also hit the zoo up there and just ate out at different restaurants, relaxed, had a good time. It was a great time with the family. And yeah, what a wonderful way to celebrate my 50th birthday. And of course, I got a few action figures that I will do reviews of in the coming weeks. One of them will be airing tomorrow, and that is the NECA Strongheart figure from the Dungeons & Dragons line. A figure I've had my eye on for a while, but was not lucky enough to get. So, that figure's been surfing around for a few years, but I was finally able to get it, and I had a blast reviewing it. And one of the things that I talk about, and you'll notice in that video, is my thumb. Right before we left for this little mini vacation, I hurt my thumb at work. I pretty much pulverized the bone above the thumb knuckle and fractured it long ways below the thumb knuckle. Had to get 10 stitches. I lost the nail, but they painfully stuck it back in and stitched that as well to my thumb in hopes of that I won't lose the nail in the future. So yeah, it kind of sucks, kind of hurts. Haven't missed any time at work over it other than the mini vacation I took. So, I mean, the train just keeps a rolling, and yeah, taking a boatload of Tylenol just to get through the day. But anyway, one of the things that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now is how video consistency has been horrible these past 7 months. And I'm going to get painfully real with you. Probably back in December or January, life was going pretty good. Everything felt great. And, I skipped out on taking my antidepressants for a few days. Just from, rushing out of the house in the morning and just forgetting to take it once I got home. I felt great. So it's like, do I even need this? And people that struggle with this probably know that cockiness that comes along with having some really good days in a row. Where, I don't need the medicine. This is me. This is my life. Everything's great. Well, lo and behold, a month or so later, when it's out of my system, I was doing horribly and didn't realize the cause. As sad as that is. It should have been very evident. It should have been many red flags that I needed to take my medicine again. But you get into blaming many other things. I mean, every weekend my friend would, as usual, reach out and go, "Hey, what you filming this weekend?" And I'd have 101 excuses to why I wasn't filming. Either I just wasn't feeling social and not wanting to talk, or, it was just a bad day and the world sucks, or, just not in the mood. And I can look back at that now, of course, and say, well, that was depression, stopping me from doing something that I love doing. And yeah, I mean, of course, there is another reason, and that is my son is older now and has a later bedtime. And in the midst of him, running around and attempting to wind down for the evening on the weekends, I find something else to get into while I'm hanging out with him. Either reading a book, watching an anime, working on some notes, playing a video game. And that kind of got me in a mindset where it's like, well, I just want to continue with what I'm doing and not stop and change gears to the filming portion of my weekends. So you couple that with this depression, and yeah, I felt like doing it some days, and I got excited and I did it, and other days I just didn't, and I would sit in front of the computer and beat myself up that I was not doing it. As weird as it is. I mean, it's my hobby and I love doing it. And yeah, it's when you get into those moods, you kind of deflect the things that will make you happy, as sad as that is. And like I said, there should have been so many warning signs to it, but I was too busy blaming 101 other things. So, long story short, or shorter than it's already been long, I've started taking my medication again. It will probably take some time before it fully starts acting, and I can get back onto my normal schedule. And I'm very excited about that. And to be honest, I mean, that's a step in the right direction. I mean, I don't know if you paid attention in my more recent videos, but I let my beard grow out. I let my hair grow out, but you didn't see that with the beanie on. I mean, I'm balding, so it wasn't anything to behold. So for my 50th birthday, I said enough's enough. Shaved everything down to a nice little trim little goatee instead of my long one. Shaved my head, and, putting the right foot forward to march ahead. And like I said, yeah, I'll probably miss a few weekends of filming here and there leading up to, the medication finally taking hold. But, like I said, I'm making strides in the right direction. So, thank you for sticking with me and hanging out and being there when I did drop the videos. And you'll notice I kind of stopped doing the monthly themes as well as, what I've been doing these past few years, because that was another wall for me. Because I would be really excited to talk about something, but it didn't fit the theme. And for some reason, my feet were in concrete and I would not budge. So I just said, the heck with it. Threw out the monthly theme thing because that shouldn't be a reason to not do something I'm excited about. So moving forward, I'll just do whatever I feel like talking about. And going along with that, that is kind of a return to the segments of It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. When that started many moons ago, I kind of wanted it to be a video magazine where each episode I did a couple different things, if you remember that far back. Now, I stopped doing that and just focused on one segment per episode, but I want to get back into that. Like, I did the Batman custom figure. I'm doing the figure reviews again, because I was just going to do those as shorts and reels, because I didn't have to talk. I just showed off the figure, I got to play with it, got to pose it, and I'm still going to be doing that, so keep an eye out for those shorts and reels on Instagram. But I'm going to go back to doing video reviews as well, and chop those down to a more manageable length, because 20-minute plus figure reviews is just crazy. So I'm working on cutting that back, trim the fat, look at the figure, and have fun while doing it. And then doing the shorts and reels after that. So look for those as well. As the future goes, I'm very hopeful that we'll be hitting the ground running again. Now, the Forgotten Toys and Rad Rides and Forgotten Play Sets, I'll be trying to keep those at one a month. One Forgotten Toy, one Rad Ride, one, random forgotten thing. Because those were so popular, and I got that in my mind that was all people wanted to see. And I was doing those back to back to back to back, or attempting to at least. And that was something else that was freaking me out, that I couldn't keep up that schedule. Because they require a little bit more editing, a little bit more research, things like that. And I kind of was not having fun with them. So I'm pulling it back so I can focus on a smaller amount, have fun with it, and still make content that people seem to enjoy. And also, I mentioned the whole 50-year-old thing also kind of weighing on me, and the depression thing really took a hit to my confidence, so I need to build that back up as well. But hitting 50, you start questioning, do people really want to hear what a 50-year-old dork has to say about stuff? But I then realized that a lot of you out there watching are around my same age and enjoying the same things that I am. So I kind of quickly pushed that out of my mind, and like I said, I'm going to keep moving forward. But anyway, again, I want to say thank you all for hanging with me over these past 7 months. And believe me, this was never an easy thing for me not to film, because when I wasn't filming, like I mentioned, I was beating myself up over not filming. And I would just stare blankly at my computer screen and try to move forward on something creative that I could give back. So, yeah, there were good and bad moments of that. But anyway, we are fastly approaching 6,000 subscribers. And yes, I know in the big scheme of things, in the Mr. Beast world that we live in, that means nothing, but that means everything to me. Never in my life did I imagine reaching out to 6,000 people and sharing thoughts, ideas, toys, things we love. I mean, that just humbles me to no degree. I mean, like I said, it might not be a big thing to a lot of people, but it is huge to me, and I thank you all for that. I thank you all for tuning in week after week when I do post stuff, and coming back around after these small lapses in content. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, we march forward to 6,000 subscribers, and that feels amazing. Like I said, I never even imagined reaching 50 people, 100 people, let alone 6,000. So it means so much to me. So thank you all for being here and coming to the laundry room, well, my side of the laundry room, every week. Thank you very much. So anyway, before I bored you too much more, we're going to end it there. And hopefully, I'll continue with my planned filming for next weekend, which will be a Forgotten Toys episode. So, fingers crossed, I'm feeling good, I'm ready to march forward and drop some content that you all enjoy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little sit-down talk, this little vlog, if you will, this bit of dirty laundry, as I've called it. So, if you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone when I can. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the much better episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever I do a new episode, which hopefully will be more frequent. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.